Hey guys, we have been over here at the property and we've been planning to clear out some more brush because we're wanting to put in our hog panels and get everything set up so we can have pigs come next spring. We'll be ready to go. We're going to get all this brush cleared out that's behind me, and we're going to get some hog panels up here in the next couple weeks or so, we hopefully, and then we're going to start working on building a shelter in here and things like that for the pigs. We have to finish the cow pasture fencing as well. And this weekend we'll be working on this, and then we'll be working on another area that we're clearing out. And we're going to be putting a shed. I bought a shed from Lowe's. It's just a 10x8 shed just to put my lawnmower and weed eater and stuff in, just to kind of keep it out of my garage for now. And then eventually, next to that, we will be building our tractor shed. So very excited about that. A lot of work to come, but it's going to be worth it. I'll be able to keep my equipment in and out of the weather and keep it pretty well preserved. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so we got a large area cleared. We still have more to go. I think I'm done for the day though, but I have to clear up that way as well. And I have a massive brush pile right here behind me that I'm gonna have to get rid of. I'm actually, this week I'll be looking for a wood chipper. We're planning on getting a wood chipper. That way we can start our own wood shavings pile and chop up some of these small limbs. But there is a good amount already cleared here now. This was a heck of a job, a lot of work. Had a good friend of mine come over and help. So we chose this area just because it gets a lot of shade. Pigs, if you don't know, they don't sweat and they can get sunburnt. So shade is very important if you're going to have pigs. It's a very important thing for their health. So yeah, we're going to get all this cleared, and then behind me, I have to finish fencing just this one side going up like where my road is going to be, and get the gates put in, and then the cow pasture will be done. But this cow pasture, I'm going to have water run to it, and then I think I'm just going to tap into that water and run just like a hose over here, hose line, and hook it up to a trough. That way my pigs have water. So all right, let's go over and look at the progress that we got done, where we're going to put the little lawnmower shed in that. So just come along, and I'm gonna go for a long little walk, and we'll go up there and take a look. Alright guys, so as you can see, we got a lot of stuff cleared. There's little trails and stuff that I cut in the back just to get some of the brush out of the way. But over to the right of me right here, I'm going to be bringing in some gravel. So I'm going to call the quarry and see if they can't bring a dump truck load of gravel in here. Probably do some 2-inch rock and put it in here just because the ground's a little soft. If you guys have soft rock and you're wanting to get it, put gravel down. Don't start with, I said soft rock. If you have soft ground and you're wanting to put gravel down, don't start with 1-inch minus or anything like that. I don't recommend it. Go ahead and invest in the bigger rock, maybe 2-inch or so. Put it down just as a base. Get all that packed in. If you've got a truck or a tractor or something like that, make sure you run over it and, like I said, get it real nice and packed down. The ground is really soft here. The soil is actually pretty garbage right here. It's horrible. I think it's got a lot of clay and plastic and stuff in it. So I'll put 2-inch in here, and then I'll probably cap it off with some 1-inch, and then I'm not sure yet. I'm probably not going to do the 1-inch right away. I'm just going to go ahead and put 2-inch in for now, and then I'm going to put this shed up. I got to go pick this shed up on Wednesday. Today's Sunday, so I'll get this shed and get it put up, and I'll make sure I do a little video on that and show you guys this little shed that I'm going to install from Lowe's. It's supposed to take just a couple hours to install, so it should be pretty easy. I'm probably going to have a friend come over and help me just to, help hold some sheet metal on that while I tack it in. So I do want to talk about some of the equipment that I used. So I'm going to take a walk up to we're staying in the RV for the weekend. So I'm going to take a walk up to the RV and show you guys some of the tools. I did just buy a new pole saw, so I'd like to show that to you. If you're going to do work like this, guys, if you can invest in the tools, the right tools to do, to do this work, it makes your life 100 times easier. We were able to, cut down dead trees and limbs and things like that because I have chainsaws, pole saws, I have a tractor with a brush hog, things like that. If you can afford to do it and you have the equipment, it just makes life a whole lot easier, and you're able to get a large amount of stuff done. As you guys can see, especially that area that I cleaned for the cleanup for the pigs, that took us maybe 3 hours. That was a lot. It was completely overgrown. I should have taken a picture of what it looked like before. I'll have to go through my pictures and see if I even have a picture of that area, and maybe I could drop it in here. If not, then sorry. But you just have to take my word for it. It was completely overgrown. It was just nasty. Actually, to be in comparison, let me show you this. So this area over here is next. That's what that hog area looked like. It was just underbrush and vines and tons of stuff. So all of this area is going to get cleaned out, and we are going to put a tractor shed over here. And then there's the creek. You can't see it because everything's overgrown, but the creek is actually behind all of this, so pretty cool. That's a neat little feature that we have on our property that I absolutely love, is the creek. So yeah, let me walk up and show you guys some of this equipment, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so I want to talk to you about a few of these tools that you may need whenever you're trying to clear some ground. Like I said, if you can invest in these, awesome. I'm not tied to like one brand or anything like that, so I have a little bit of mixture of brands. I like them all. So without further ado, I'll show you what I start out with. This is just my steel weed eater FS38. It's got what they call a bent shaft on it. A lot of people just like the straight shaft. I've had this for a long time. It still does me good. It fires up just every time. It's a good gas weed eater. If you're gonna have some property, I highly recommend you get gas, tools. Just because nothing against the electric or anything like that. I'm all for the electric tools for doing little light handiwork just around the house. But if you're going to be out in the woods, putting some wear and tear on your equipment, you definitely want to use gas products. So this is, like I said, the steel FS38. This thing, I've had it for probably 6 years probably, maybe 7. But this thing works phenomenal. Absolutely love this, and it's definitely an indispensable tool. It definitely helped a lot with clearing a lot of the low brush and things like that. So set this off to the side. I'm going to show you guys the star of the show for the weekend. This I bought this past week at Lowe's. I've been talking about I wanted to get a pole saw. and I talked about it for probably 6 months. Well, I finally went and bought one. I tried to use one of the manual ones I borrowed from my grandpa, and that sucks. That's a lot of work. So I went out and bought one of these, and this is the Craftsman P210 from Lowe's. It runs about $200. It's a 2-stroke, and it's got a it's got a self-oiler to oil your blade. It's got a 10-inch bar on it. It comes with the chain. It didn't come with an extra. I bought an extra. I didn't even have to use it. This chain is razor sharp from from Lowe's right out of the box. And this thing is absolutely indispensable. I am so happy I bought this. This saved us hours of work. So if you can invest a little bit of money in a pole saw, I'd highly recommend this Craftsman P210. This thing is phenomenal. I put it to the test, put it through the ringer, and it just keeps going and going and going. This thing is awesome, and I can't wait to use it for further projects. So I'm sure you guys will see it around on the homestead more. All right, set that to the side. So another thing you can use for limbing up, I've got a little 16-inch bar Ryobi chainsaw. Nice little chainsaw. I love this thing. It's razor sharp. It always does well. You can take down a pretty good sized tree with that thing. And then here's the Big Daddy, the Husqvarna Farm Tough 20-inch bar. I think they call this, yeah, it's the 450 Rancher is what it's called. This thing is a beast. Unless you cut down trees and stuff for a living and you're working in a huge forest with massive trees, more than likely on your homestead or your farm, if you get a Husqvarna with a 20-inch bar, you can't go wrong. Steel makes a good one as well. I'm sure a lot of you on here are probably partial to steel. A lot of people back and forth, either steel or Husqvarna. I like them both. Caitlin's dad actually gave this to me this past Christmas, and this has been phenomenal. I have used the heck out of this thing. I absolutely love it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. So these are just a few of the tools, guys, that I highly recommend that you invest in if you're going to have a little homestead and you have trees around. It's just a matter of time, guys. Trees die and a windstorm comes through and it knocks them down and that, so you constantly got to be cutting up firewood, and just this makes your life 100 times easier. Yeah, guys, that's about it. This is really all we were going to get done this weekend. Like, it wasn't that much. We did a lot, but we're going to pack up and we're going to go back to the house because we have to go back to work tomorrow. I'll be back out here tomorrow to shoot a little bit of video. They're working on the house still. We got the foundation in and everything like that. So they're going to be spreading rock tomorrow on our driveway. And what do they say? I think they're setting our steel beams and things like that. So that'll be pretty cool to get some footage of and watch the crane truck come in and do that. So stay tuned, guys. As always, we appreciate you. Thanks for watching our videos, and we'll see you on our next journey.